The New York Giants travel to Kansas City to face the Chiefs on Sunday. Kansas City is currently installed as a 3.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 44 the total in this game. These two teams have obviously had very different starts to the 2013 season. The Giants have lost all three of their games, including a humiliating 38-0 shutout loss last week at the hands of the Carolina Panthers. That's the biggest shutout loss in the history of the New York Giants franchise, so clearly a desperate situation in New York right now. The Chiefs, on the other hand, have won all three of their games in Andy Reid's first season as head coach. Remember, the Chiefs were 2-14 last year, so quite a turnaround in Kansas City. They're playing excellent defense, 8th in the NFL right now in total yards allowed, and they lead the league in sacks. Offensively, they're not explosive, but they are effective. Alex Smith has been very efficient doing his game manager thing, not taking too many chances down the field, but not turning the ball over either. Jamal Charles was 10th in the NFL in rushing heading into this weekend. So the Chiefs are doing it on both sides of the ball, which is why when you look at this line, Kansas City, a 3.5-point home favorite, it's really tough to make an argument for the Giants. And, of course, we do that here on BETDAQ NFL. I make the case for both teams, and I don't mind saying that the case for the New York Giants was a little bit tough this time because if you're using logic and, if you're basing your argument on the evidence on what we've seen this year, it's really tough to go anywhere but Kansas City here. The Chiefs better on both sides of the ball. The Giants lead the NFL in turnovers. They've been terrible on defense. Just not a whole lot to like about the New York Giants' first three games. Obviously, they've lost all three. They failed to cover three straight times. We mentioned 38-0 last week. So if you like the Giants here, it's based entirely on reputation, on what they've done in years past. You're saying, well, I have trust in Eli Manning, Tom Coughlin, this core group of players, etc., etc. And, a lot of times as sports bettors, we get too caught up in that type of thing. I know many of us, myself included, have lost money throughout the first few weeks of NFL seasons just saying, well, X team has to turn it around, right? They can't be this bad, right? It's not till week 8, 9, 10 that some of us get hit over the head with the realization of, oh, I guess this team is bad and this team is good. So we do try to avoid that. All that being said, I guess I'm falling into that trap here a little bit with this game because if you're going to put me on the spot, and I am here on the spot because we do pick all the games here on BETDAQ NFL, I do lean towards the Giants plus 3.5 for some reasons that I just laid out. Listen, this is a very professional team. They've been here before. When they won the Super Bowl in 2007, they lost their first two games, lost their second game in blowout fashion to the Green Bay Packers, ended up winning 10 games in the regular season, beat the undefeated New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. This core group of players has won the Super Bowl recently. I mean, Eli Manning, 2 Super Bowls under his belt. The Giants have a good a trio of wide receivers as there is in the NFL with Hakeem Nicks, Victor Cruz, and Ruben Randle. They're 7th in the NFL in pass yards per game. What it comes down to is I just believe that Tom Coughlin, Eli Manning, the New York Giants are going to be able to turn this thing around. And Kansas City, their style of offense is not conducive to big wins. They've been conservative on offense this year with Alex Smith at the helm. I think they're going to play a lot of games like their 1-point win over Dallas in week 2. So I think this one here could be the type of game where the points come in handy. Now, I do think the Giants are going to respond with professionalism in this game and put forward a good performance. And it's not that I doubt the Chiefs. Again, I think the 3.5 points here could end up playing a factor in the final result. I lean towards the New York Giants here. Not one of my favorite games of the week, but I do lean towards New York plus 3.5.